Hi again and welcome to my videos. Thanks for sending your requests in, and I've had some topical ones in today about the Michael Jackson movie that was on BBC Channel 4 last night and coming up again tomorrow or tonight, I think. So yeah, the Leaving Neverland. People have been asking what my thoughts are about Michael Jackson and whether he did these things that he's accused of. So I thought, well, I might as well cover this topic. It's quite interesting at the moment. I mean, Jane and I watched it and we were very shocked. I mean, James Safechuck and Wade Robson, I think they were the two men that were talking about how they'd been abused by Jackson. Seemed quite convincing, didn't they? They did seem to have quite convincing stories. I mean, I always worry about trial by television, don't you? I mean, I'm not to say how can we really make a full judgment without getting the facts from both sides of the story? I mean, both those people are very convincing, very convincing. I mean, they go into great detail about what happened, and you know, it's quite harrowing, of course, you know. And of course we want people to be listened to, because so often kids that go through these terrible things don't get listened to, and that's half the problem, and how it all gets covered up. So can a psychic get insight into this? Well, frankly, I don't think so. Not unless you've got someone someone with you that knew Jackson. So for example, when Jane and I did the Diana seances, we asked Princess Diana about what happened and so forth, but we were talking to and were able to get the connection and proof with a number of people that knew her really, really well. So a psychic can't just pull information out the ether like that. I can't summon the spirit of Michael Jackson and tell you anything about it unless I was with somebody. Now that psychic in America called Tyler Henry did give a reading for LaToya, and to me, I mean, that reading was very, very lacking in any detail. It seemed a little bit shallow, if I'm honest. And surely one of the first things we would have wanted to ask is, are the allegations true? You know, maybe they couldn't show it on TV, and whether Tyler had a really strong link with Jackson or was just picking up anything from LaToya, I don't know. But I'd love to have had the opportunity to connect with someone like LaToya to see if you could get more detail. You see, when a medium makes a connection with a celebrity in the spirit, it's very difficult because there's so much all over the internet. You know, just about everything can be written about a person is written. So when a medium makes a connection with a celebrity, they've got to give very, very personal details that only that person in front of you, who also knew the celebrity communicating, can tell you. So you might get nicknames, you might get the little stories that are so out of the ordinary and are not in the press. So proving a connection with the spirit is always very difficult. So frankly, I can't get an answer without having a direct connection with someone from the Michael Jackson family in order to make a connection. Because Michael Jackson was also very interested in psychic things, wasn't he? Because I mean, Uri Geller spent a large part of his time with Michael Jackson. I would be very interested to know what he picked up around Michael Jackson, although Geller doesn't claim to be a medium, so or a psychic, come to that. He's more of a what would you call it, a physical type medium. What's that? Oh, psychokinesis. He has the powers of psychokinesis. So, you know, was Jackson guilty? I mean, leave your answers below, because I think it would be very interesting to see what people think. I mean, based upon that TV program, Leaving Neverland, I mean, I would certainly feel, you know, inclined to think he was guilty from the way the evidence being presented. But, you know, it's so quick people are to condemn. You know, I mean, I often worry about, you know, often many of the holy men in India and things have been condemned for this and that, you know, without really substantial evidence. And you do get plots against people. So there's two sides to the argument. Certainly there's no doubting that Michael Jackson was a brilliant musician. I mean, a genius in his own way, but perhaps I would have thought someone that is more infantile than anything else. He had an interest in the spirit world, by the way. He actually claimed that he inwardly communicated with that flamboyant pianist called Lee Liberace, and who died in 1987. I've actually got a quote here in front of me about that. Michael Jackson actually said, "I have my own secret room with moving wall and mirrors," said Jackson. "That's where I talk to Lee. His is the voice I hear in there. I feel his presence so very close to me." And then in the article he added that Liberace is like my guardian angel. He's even given me permission to record his theme song, "I'll Be Seeing You." Now that's interesting. I mean, that secret room with the moving wall and mirrors is the very same place that was described in Leaving Neverland, wasn't it? I think Leaving Neverland, the name of the TV show that we've been all watching. So that place is definitely there, and he would sit there talking to Liberace, who certainly was had some very different sexual preferences in his life, didn't he? And his time was very controversial because he was gay. So, did that indicate thoughts in Jackson's mind like that? And Liberace himself, who I think was a brilliant, fun fella, I really liked his work actually, that he also believed he was inspired by the paranormal forces, because he owned a piano which was once belonged to the classical composer Hans Liszt. And he actually quoted, I'll put his quote here, he says, "When I play his compositions on it, I have the most eerie feeling, as if I've played that music before in another time." And just like Liberace, Liszt was also a very flamboyant dresser. So there you go, there's some thoughts about the programme. Whether I can't psychically draw any conclusions, but I'm just putting it out there because, this channel is often a debate channel. We get a lot of comments, people join us to have discussions. So do come along and join the YouTube channel if you're new to this, because they've become almost a bit like a forum, where people can put their ideas and express thoughts, ask new questions. So sorry if it's a bit disappointing. I can't give you a psychic insight into this, but if there's anyone out there that's part of the Michael Jackson family, well, invite me along and we'll see if we can make a connection. But, there you go. So there's some thoughts there anyway. So, see you soon, folks. Bye for now. I have discovered a secret oracle in India that has on it the name of my mother, the name of my father, my name, my brother's name, my wife's name, all the details about my life from the moment I was born and right into the future. And it even tells me the time of my death. And to access this oracle, all it needed was my thumbprint. I'm here in India on my first mystic journey. In the UK and USA, Jane and I are known as the most psychic couple on the planet.
I really enjoyed the reading with Craig because he hit some real accuracies about my father and our relationship.
I've been a psychic medium for years. We have both had a fruitful life and seen many mystical things, but my trip to India has certainly opened even my eyes.
As psychics, we have both been invited to do many TV shows about the paranormal, but what I'm about to experience in India is absolutely astonishing. So astonishing that even my wife Jane couldn't get her head round it. I have come to India to visit its temples and to do its rituals and change my fate. Everything the Oracle has told me about my life so far is astonishing. What it has to say is so mind-boggling that I feel compelled to make this crazy journey in order to undertake the magical remedies it prescribes. I want to find out if these nadi leaves are a myth or the real thing, and if so, maybe I can uncover their secrets and discover if they can help other people too. On this journey, I meet a holy man who sleeps in a raging fire and is claimed will live for hundreds of years. This Siddhi yogi never eats, lives in a cave, and few people ever get to meet him. I am guided by 2 astrologers that help me clear my karma and explain to me the rituals that I must undertake. I am stunned by the beautiful landscapes and overwhelmed by the magical temples and mystic places. I love the people and the animals of India. I am visiting places where few Westerners ever go. It's a cultural shock and spiritual awakening. I feel an overwhelming inner transformation. Will I find the guiding light I need? My search takes me thousands of miles across India's breathtaking landscapes, and I see magnificent things. To clear my karma, the Oracle has told me to do charitable work, undertake magical rituals and remedies. This is the adventure of a lifetime. This is my mystic journey.